Thank you very much, Trevor. We are live from the VFW here in Long Beach, and tonight we're celebrating our return to the radio, but the most important thing is we're celebrating the fact that Long Beach is coming back, and we're going to raise money. Long Beach took a hit, but Long Beach is a very resilient town, and the old saying goes, once you move to Long Beach, you never leave. And even though a lot of bad things have happened because of Hurricane Sandy, Long Beach has a lot of determination, and we are committed on the Halftime Howie Show to raise a lot of money for the Long Beach relief efforts, and through a lot of generous people, we're going to make it happen. And tonight, we're thrilled to be broadcasting from the Long Beach VFW, who's been really the headquarters for so many supplies and donations. And now let's give it up for the Commander McPhee for the Commander McPhee, so many organizations have done so many great things, but the Long Beach VFW has really played such an important role in the having supplies. Talk about your role and what you've done the last several weeks to help the citizens here of Long Beach.
Well, from day one, we opened up the VFW. Even though there was sand and water in here as well as everywhere else, we were here handing out supplies. The Ancient Order of Hibernians was great here. They dropped off 3 trailer loads of cleaning supplies and food. Blankets, we opened up right away, and we've been giving it out since then. We're using the VFW here as kind of like a refugee camp to help all the people of Long Beach. We don't ask anybody where they're from or who they're from. As long as they need something and we have it, we're willing to give it to them. Tomorrow, the VFW, along with their friends, are hosting a Thanksgiving dinner for all the police, fire department, VFW members, American Legion, Knights of Columbus, all the service organizations, the National Guard. We plan on giving out 200 Thanksgiving dinners to these people who are here trying to help us recover from this tremendous hurricane. From day one, though, the many members of the VFW, as well as the rest of the community, lost much. Some of them lost their houses, but they're going to be here tomorrow, donating their time, serving the rest of the community, because that's who we are, and that's who Long Beach is.
Commander McPhee, great man, and we love working with the Long Beach VFW. And we're going to be here next Wednesday as well from 8 to 9. And please come down, buy raffles. I understand tonight's the night before Thanksgiving. And first of all, I want to recognize Thanksgiving. Wish everybody here in Radio Land and the Long Beach community a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Now I want to introduce a very good friend. He's been a great supporter of the show, the Executive Vice President of the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce, Mark Tannenbaum. And Mark, this has been a devastating hurricane. From a business perspective, talk about what the businesses, the members have been coping with and the challenges of Long Beach rebuilding from this terrible hurricane.
Tough thing to talk about, all right? Just like the rest of the businesses, we lost our office and our headquarters. And what we're doing now is we're operating out a kitchen, so on and so forth, and trying to hold meetings to get everything going together again. Most of the businesses here, 90% of them were closed for a good 2 to 3 weeks. They lost their incomes, they lost inventories, they lost their places of business, and their employees as well. They're all trying to recover. Maybe 1 out of every 7 had flood insurance, so they're looking for help for FEMA, and we're looking for help for FEMA for the whole town. There was a special thing done when Katrina hit New Orleans, and the Senate and the House of Representatives passed a bill that brought funding together, especially for New Orleans, to put them together. And hopefully our senators and our representatives will be doing the same thing, because we're going to need well over $200,000 just to get the city back up and running, and it's going to take a little time. 200 million.
That's one house.
Yeah, that's less than one house. I'm sorry. All right. Right now, what the chamber is doing is our website is up and running. As businesses are opening, we're putting up on the front page the business that opens, what their hours are, what they're doing, if they're running any specials. You don't have to be a member of the chamber. If you're a business in Long Beach Island Park area, you go right up on the chamber website so people can find out what you're doing and how you're doing it. We're also meeting with a couple of people who will remain nameless, who are going to help us put together a fundraiser that's going to come from outside big corporate money, outside of Long Beach. And we will be holding that event probably the first week of February before the Super Bowl. So we will keep everybody posted on that. I'll come back on the Halftime Howie show and let them know when it's going to be, where it's going to be, and how it's going to be. You could also go to the Chamber's website again, thelongbeachchamber.com, and find out more information. But the town needs everybody's help. We got to stay in town this year. Let's not go to the malls. Whatever you could buy in town, in the businesses in town, that's what you have to do. You have jewelers, you have every type of thing that you can purchase, whether it be for Thanksgiving or whether it be for Christmas or just your own needs in getting your own households back up and running. You got to do it in town. The 24th is Small Business Saturday. Let's shop in whatever businesses are open in Long Beach. They need the help. We got to help them stay here. We don't want to lose them. We got to get them back up on their feet and running.
All right, let's give it up for Mark Tenenbaum, the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce. Now I want to bring up Steve Vaccaro, who from Chapters, an integral part of our show. And ever since this devastating storm has hit, Steve has been with us for over a year, along with Benoit and Rocco. Has been working around the clock, organizing fundraisers. Had one Sunday at Guys and Dolls in Valley Stream, which was great. We have this week, next week here in Long Beach, and we have decided to take the show all over Long Island, tapping into people's generosity and community spirit, and we're going to try to raise money for Long Beach all over Long Island, because you see News 12 and you see trucks coming all the way from New Orleans to help out the people of Long Island, and people are generous and people care, especially about the people here in Long Beach. So we're going to take the show all over Long Island in an effort to help with the fundraising. And on December 19th, we're going to be doing a huge fundraiser at Mulcahy's, and it's all a team effort. I'm blessed. Steve Vaccaro has worked with the Bagel Cafe. They've donated so much food. We're doing raffles and silent auctions. Benoit is organizing all the fabulous musicians to entertain at all these fundraisers. So we're all working together to make things happen. And you know, luckily we have people like the VFW here, which is a great venue. You know, they support the military. Tomorrow they're having a great Thanksgiving dinner. So we love working with the VFW and the Chamber of Commerce, and so many people we're going to be working with in the next weeks and months ahead as we raise needed funds for Long Beach. But Steve Vaccaro, talk about all the hard work you've done, and how so many people, from Guys and Dolls in Valley Stream to place in Wantar, the bar in Wantar, Mulcahy's in Wantar, and so many more have stepped up for Long Beach.
Well, first of all, I wanted to thank everybody at the VFW Hall here tonight. Our last show, actually, before the storm, was here. This is an awesome place.
Yeah!
We were here shortly before Veterans Day, and we had a really special night here. We honored the Raiden family, and we had heard some poetry and some entertainment that night, and then the storm hit, and it's ironic that we're back here tonight. So all the fine music, let's give it up for all the musicians here. When we played at Guys and Dolls on Sunday, which is in Valley Stream, I want to shout out to Justin and Rocky and John over there. We had over 12 Long Beach bands that were there. It was an amazing day. It was all Long Beach musicians, 95% of them, and it was a really good turnout. We had about 150 people there. People brought in donated foods, diapers, baby supplies, blankets, coats and shoes and boots. was really awesome, and the village of Valley Stream was generous enough to bring it all over here to Long Beach Catholic Church and also at the rec. So it's very, very important that we did that. Tonight we did the same thing. We brought in some supplies here. But it's the fundraising efforts that we're trying to do. There's some local agencies that really need the help. The Long Beach Catholic School lost all the uniforms, and a lot of displaced kids aren't going back to school there. So a lot of the funding is going to go over there. We're working with the rec center. We're working with the city of Long Beach, and also the musicians here. So it's a really special night that we're trying to snowball this into a lot of support. We have somebody from Oceanside that lost their VFW hall. So we're seeing where we can outreach a little bit. Island Park is left in shambles as well. So we're trying to really branch out to help a lot of people. And through the music, Benoit and Howie's commitment to the radio station, and everybody here, I just want to thank you for tonight.
Before we go to break, and Trevor back at the studio, we're going to take a break at, what time is it now?
8:16.
8:60. We're going to take a break at 8:20, 8:35, and 8:50. Before we go to break, I have a very inspirational fellow on my show. His name is Rocco Pasafume. Rocco, at 13, was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. Didn't let it get him down, and he's so talented and passionate about life. He writes a column for a cinema source, and he's also a gifted poet. And when we do a big event, something special, I always ask Rocco to come up with a poem that fits the occasion. Like, for instance, about 3 months ago, there was a young boy in Long Beach that got hit by a car, and we did a fundraiser to help his family, and Rocco did a beautiful poem about, his name is Abdul Bird, and the name of the poem was This Bird Will Fly Again. And I asked Rocco to do a poem about Long Beach, and he's going to do the poem now. So let's give it up for my good friend Rocco.
Thank you very much, Howie. It's so good to be back with the show. As a preface, I would like to just say that I actually came to Long Beach about 10 years ago, and it's really become my home, and I really feel for everybody that has lost everything through the storm, and I'm just touched and overwhelmed by the amount of support that this community has been shown in terms of donations and money and all this stuff, and it's really showing how much this town's coming alive. So as far as what I've written, this actually was something I wrote years ago before the storm, but it really encapsulates what it is that I love about Long Beach so much, and you know, everybody has their own perspective of what the town means to them, and this is what the town means to me. So here's my poem. It's called Long Beach. Where can you always go for a real good time, where it's packed full of people and the sun always shines, where you can go and see beautiful bodies all aglow, where the rock music's always blasting and the liquor always flows. On the outside world, everything may look so bleak, but life is always good when you go down to Long Beach, where you can go and party with no reason to sleep. In the background, you can hear the Irish pipe band play, and at the bars at night, the people dance the night away. In the storms, people surf the day, and in the winter, the polar bears jump into the frozen bay. No matter where you go, from Beach House, Minnesota's, the Inn, Bahia, Traders, or Saloon, in the end, we all end up drinking and dancing to the exact same tune. Here, going to one bar is a task much too small. So what the hell? We're just going to go to try to mall. With the summer, we come alive as the block parties rule the day. Whether you're 5, 25, or 45, all the children come out to play. It's college all over again, but we're innocent and never fight. We just don't remember what we did last night. When it burns daylight, our Sundays are always fun days, with a football game on every screen, and Ricky Roach provides all our guitar licks on the acoustic bar scene. When summer in Long Beach ends, it's always such a drag, but you can bet your boots next year we'll all be coming back. Thank you.